Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. There is a series of solar system. Today I'm talking about Mars. You are listening to Learn with Veer. My name's Akashveer. Mars is the fourth planet from the Sun and the second smallest planet in the solar system, being larger than only Mercury. In English, Mars carries the name of the Roman god of war. Mars is a terrestrial planet with a thin atmosphere and has a crust primarily composed of elements similar to Earth's crust, as well as a core made of iron and nickel. Mars has surface features such as impact craters, valleys, dunes, and polar ice caps. It also has two small and irregularly shaped moons, Phobos and Deimos. Some of the most notable surface features on the Mars include features such as Olympus Mons, the largest volcano and highest known mountain on any solar system planet, and Wales Marineries, one of the largest canyon in the solar system. The smooth Beryllus Basin in the northern hemisphere covers 40% of the planet and may be a giant impact feature. The days and the seasons on Mars are comparable to those of Earth, as the planet have a similar rotation period and tilt of the rotational axis relative to the elliptical plane. Liquid water on the surface of Mars cannot exist due to low atmospheric pressure, which is less than 1% of the atmospheric pressure here on Earth. Both of Mars' polar ice caps appear to be made largely of water. Multiple lines of evidence suggest that Mars was wetter in the distant past and thus possibly more suited for life. However, whether life ever did exist there and if it could have survived to the present day remain unanswered questions. Mars has been explored by several uncrewed spacecraft, beginning with Mariner 4 in 1965. NASA's Viking 1 lander transmitted the first images from the Martian surface in 1976. Two countries have successfully deployed rovers on Mars, the United States first doing so with Sojourner in 1997 and China with Zhurong in 2021. There are also planned future missions to Mars, such as Mars Sample Return Mission set up to happen in 2026 and Rosalind Franklin rover mission, which was intended to launch in 2018 but was delayed to 2024. Mars can easily be seen from Earth with the naked eyes, as can its striking reddish coloring. The appearance due to iron oxide prevalent on its surface has led to Mars often being called the Red Planet. It is among the brightest objects in the Earth's sky with an apparent magnitude that reaches 2.94, comparable to that of Jupiter and surpassed by Venus. Mars is approximately half the diameter of Earth, with the surface area only slightly less than the total area of Earth's dry land. Mars is less dense than Earth, having about 15% of Earth's volume and 11% of Earth's mass, resulting in about 38% of Earth's surface gravity. The red-orange appearance of the Martian surface is caused by iron oxide or rust. It can look like butterscotch. Other common surface color include golden, brown, tan, and greenish depending on the minerals present. Like Earth, Mars has differentiated into a dense metallic core overlaid by less dense materials. Current models of its interior imply a core consisting primarily of iron and nickel with about 16 to 17% sulfur. This iron sulfide core is thought to be twice as rich in lighter elements as Earth's. The core is surrounded by a silicate mantle that formed many of the tectonic and volcanic features on the planet, but it appears to be dormant. Besides silicon and oxygen, the most abundant element in the Martian crust are iron, magnesium, aluminum, calcium, and potassium. The average thickness of planet's crust is about 50 kilometers with a maximum thickness of 125 kilometers. By comparison, Earth's crust average 40 kilometers in thickness. Mars is seismically active, with InSight detecting and recording over 450 Mars quakes and related event in 2019. In 2021, it was reported that based on 11 low-frequency Mars quakes detected by the InSight lander, the core of Mars is indeed liquid and has a radius of about 1830 plus minus 40 kilometers and a temperature around 1900 to 20,000 Kelvin. The Phoenix lander returned data showing Martian soil to be slightly alkaline and containing elements such as magnesium, sodium, potassium, and chlorine. These nutrients are found in soil on Earth, and they are necessary for growth of plants. Experiments performed by the lander showed that the Martian soil has a basic pH of 7.7 and contains 0.6% of the salt perchlorate, concentrations that are toxic to humans. Liquid water cannot exist on the surface of Mars due to low atmospheric pressure, which is less than 1% of Earth's, except the lowest elevation for short periods. The two polar ice caps appear to be made largely of water. The volume of water ice in the South Pole ice cap is melted, would be enough to cover the entire surface of the planet with a depth of 11 kilometers. Large quantities of ice are thought to be trapped with the thick cryosphere of Mars. Mars is a terrestrial planet whose surface consists of minerals containing silicon and oxygen, metals, and other elements that typically make up rock. The Martian surface is primarily composed of tholetic basalt, although parts are more silica-rich than typical basalt and may be similar to andesitic rocks on Earth or silica glass. Although Mars has no evidence of a structured global magnetic field, observations show that parts of planet's crust have been magnetized, suggesting that alternating polarity reversal of its dipole field have occurred in the past. Radar data from Mars Express and Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter show large quantities of ice at both poles and at middle latitudes. The Phoenix lander directly sampled water ice in shallow Martian soil in 31 July 2008. So whether life is possible or not on Mars. Scientists are working on terraforming Mars. If there will be any kind of possibility to create oxygen on the surface of Mars, there can be a possibility of life. If you wish to visit Mars, you have to take your own oxygen cylinder to go there because there is no oxygen and no water. And the reason we know that is just because of the thin atmosphere and atmospheric pressure is very low, so water cannot exist there on the surface. However, at the poles, the ice caps are there. What will happen if the scientists terraform the planet? That will be in the next lecture. Till then, keep watching, keep learning and enjoying. Have a great day. Bye bye. Take care.